you for tuning in to Beats Per Minute, brought to you by the Porter Percussion Academy, where we help you discover the beat inside of you. Our founder and award-winning instructor, Robert Porter, will enlighten you with over 25 years of percussion experience. His understandable, down-to-earth approach to teaching has earned him critical acclaim by his students, peers, and colleagues. Whether you are a budding beginner or a seasoned professional, Robert Porter and the staff at Porter Percussion Academy can help you discover the beat inside of you.
Welcome to Beats Per Minute. I'm Robert Porter. Today we're going to talk about the 4 basic strokes we need to learn as drummers in order to be able to manipulate almost any piece of music that we will be presented with as drummers. There's 4 basic strokes that we like to follow, okay? Most of the time you'll see a drummer and they're always doing this, just playing along to any piece of music. Well, that's something about that stroke is called something. When you're watching a drum line or a rudimentary drum solo, you'll see them playing other strokes like this. All of those strokes that they're doing are called something, and we're going to talk about those 4 basic strokes today. The first stroke that we want to talk about is called the full stroke, F-U-L-L, full stroke, like a full tank of gas, all right? We like to call it the full stroke because we take the whole, if I turn to the side here, you'll see we take the whole angle of the drumstick. We come from our up position all the way down to the drum in our down position and back to our up position. That's where that is. That's why we call it the full stroke. The full strokes come from up, hit the drum, and back up again. That's the way our full stroke is used. The next stroke that we'll talk about is called a downstroke. So unlike the full stroke, once we play it, we don't come back up to this position. Our downstroke goes down and stays there. We use the downstroke a lot in music when we're playing accented rhythms. You can find some of these accented rhythms in a lot of your drum books out in the world. One of my favorites is the Rudimental Snare Drum Grooves that was written by one of my teachers and mentors, Mr. Richard Walker and Mr. Johnny Lee Lane. Very great book that you might want to pick up someday. The downstroke. We'll do it on the left hand. Our third stroke that we're going to talk about today, is the tap. The tap is probably the most common stroke that you see that drummers play. Tapping means that we're in our ready position, our sticks are usually even, and then we're just tapping the drum like this. You'll see this stroke used more often than probably any other stroke in drumming. You can tap low. You can tap a little bit higher. The tap starts here and comes back here. That is the tap, which is our third basic drum stroke. Our fourth and last stroke, but very important stroke, is called the upstroke. Now this one is a little bit tricky to get because we're not tapping. Here's a tap. We're not tapping. We're going to hit the drum and we're going to pull our stick back up so that it is ready for normally a downstroke that's going to follow it. So here's what the upstroke looks like. notice how I immediately pull the stick up. So I'm not, this is one thing that you want to be very careful of. Pulling the stick back. Left hand. There's an exercise that we use that shows all 4 of these strokes in motion. The exercise goes like this. Full stroke, downstroke, tap, upstroke. I'm going to do that again for you slowly. Full stroke, downstroke, tap, upstroke. You can practice this exercise to make sure that you're playing these correctly. Here's how it looks in motion. Full, down, tap, up. Full, down, tap, up. Full, down, tap, up. Those are our 4 basic drum strokes that we need to know in order to play our music the way that it's meant to be played. You can find more champion drum tips like this at PorterPercussionAcademy.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Beats Per Minute, brought to you by the Porter Percussion Academy, where we help you discover the beat inside of you.